Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Sunday morning. The footage you're seeing right now is from Thursday, the day before Noodle had his operation, and he's not going to be doing this again for at least 10 days till he gets his stitches out. He's been going stir crazy, absolutely driving me insane, so I took him for a short walk round the block today, which has calmed him down a little bit. But yeah, so enjoy Noodle playing around here. It'll be a little while before you see him doing this again. Anyway, to the video. We're going to talk about the Summer Wells case today. We're going to talk about some things Jodisue has said. We're going to talk about Tim Mullin. We're going to talk about it all. So let's get going.
Fred, and Fred done put the word out to him. You say my name again, and he'll kill him.
Alrighty, so this is Jodisue's latest live stream. I think she may still be live actually. I just caught the first, I don't know, 20-30 minutes or so. And no, Jodisue, I'm not lying. Jodisue thinks I'm lying when I say I only catch parts of her lives. I don't sit for hours and hours and hours listening to you, Jodisue. I can't. I don't have the time. I'd love to. I just don't have the time. So I dip in and out. Anyway, I'm going to play you just a couple of minutes here and comment on it. She's talking about Tim Mullin and the Find Summer Wells Facebook group, which I don't check very often. But we're going to look at some posts that Jodisue found interesting. I'm also going to address a little comment she made about my video yesterday. And I'm also going to show you some text messages that Jodisue has put on her community wall. Some of them are interesting. So, Jodisue.
Anyway, the only thing I can see with the Freddy Krueger shadow images, yeah, it's distasteful, but the only thing I can see don't have a problem with is Tim, for some reason, using the word next, implying that Dawn, Candus, and Grandis were the first. Maybe that's why Dawn's having a problem with that particular post removed.
Has Dawn had a problem with that particular post? I don't know. Where has Dawn been talking about this? I'll show you the post she's on about. So this is to Find Summer Wells Facebook group. Tim Mullin runs this, right? So this basically is Tim Mullin's group. So he said thank you to Vern Gilbert for the billboards. I wonder whether he's thanked him also for stating as a fact that Summer Wells was sold. This is how the United Kingdom does it. So dealing with trolls. This is from the Daily Record, which is a Scottish paper. I'm not sorry, trolling addict, harassed woman days after getting out of jail for threatening to R her. We do have cyber stalking laws. Don't you guys have cyber stalking laws in the US? I don't know. A man who claimed on a BBC documentary that he was addicted to trolling online was jailed today after he admitted trolling a woman on Facebook the day after he was released from prison for sending her online R threats. You have to be pretty bad, like just a little bit of trolling. Stating an opinion on something, no, that doesn't break the law. But threatening violence against someone and continually harassing them, that does. When's this from? This is from November 2017. Stuart McInroy also spent 10 months in jail for trolling the family of missing Fife man Alan Bryant Jr. Who's that? Sorry, I'm down a rabbit hole. Don't mind me. Let's have a look at Alan Bryant. Still missing because he's still on Police Scotland. I love Police Scotland's website. They have all these missing people. Why don't police in England do this? I mean, there's individual constabularies that do, but it's somewhat hit and miss. Alan, who was 23 when he went missing, was last pictured on CCTV in Caskie Road, Glenroth, shortly after 2 a.m. on Sunday, 3rd of November 2013. So previous night, Alan had walked with friends to an engagement party at Leslie Golf Club from his home in Ednam Drive. He arrived at the golf club at 9 p.m, left about midnight when he was travelling by minibus to Styx nightclub. Alan and the group arrived at Styx shortly after, and he left the club, which is approximately 1 mile walk away from his home, at 2:02 a.m. Despite extensive searches and public appeals by Alan's family and police, he has not been seen or heard from since. Detective Chief Inspector Kevin Houliston of the Major Investigation Team said, "We remain committed to trying to get answers for Alan's family, and any new details that we receive will be fully investigated. I would urge anyone who may hold information who could assist us, no matter how small it might seem, to report it as soon as possible." So Alan is white, 5'6", so quite short for a guy, medium build with short brown hair, blue eyes and tattoos on both arms. So quite distinctive then. Kind of shorter guy with tattoos. Okay, so when last seen he was wearing a Vol t-shirt. Oh, Noodle's coming. Can you hear him scraping his corn? I've worked out how he's getting the corn off, by the way, which he keeps doing. However tight I tie it. Can't tie it any tighter, so I'm just going to choke the poor chap. Anyway, he was wearing a Voy t-shirt and 3 bands of colour, navy on top, grey in the middle and white on the bottom. Dark coloured denim jeans and grey leather plimsolls. Plimsolls? I've never heard that word for ages. Those who may be able to help can call Police Scotland on 101 or email Operation Toner, which is all one word, at scotland.pnn.police.uk. You can also contact the independent charity Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111 or call or text the charity Missing People on 116 000. All these missing people in Scotland. Finn's still missing. Got a video on him. Neil's still missing. Got a video on him. Mary's still missing. Got a video on her. I'll do some more of these. So this dude has been in jail for trolling Alan's family. And then he was making threats to a woman involved in an online P-Hunter group. Day after his release, he again found her on Facebook and began bombarding her with threats. He's a clown. Alright, we've established he's a clown. Let's not get distracted anymore. This one. So, Freddy Krueger type picture. We have no idea how Summer Wells got off the property. I'll tell you, she walked. Regardless of what Don and Candice say that Summer would never wander away. What if she did? Kids do the darndest things. She walked off that property herself. In my opinion. Not stating that as fact, just as an opinion. Maybe. That's why the dog trailed her down the either driveway, dog trail, whatever trail, onto Ben Hill Road, then lost her scent. But then picked up scents further down Ben Hill Road, picked up scents on a ridge on Mary Sexton's property, picked up scent on Mr. Phillips' property over there on Beechcreeker. So, yeah, she was walking. What we want to know is, who got her next? Well, yeah, that's the $6 million question. Anyway, after that small diversion, back to Jodisue.
But then before it started a week ago, you have the racist, weird, superimposed Stevie Wonder, I guess implying even a blind man can see thing.
That's down here. So the Stevie Wonder post she's got a problem with. So what's Stevie Wonder got to do with? So, I wish those days. Does Stevie Wonder have a song called I Wish Those Days? Let's have a look. I don't know anything about Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. I wish those days. Stevie Wonder, I wish. So, Looking back when I was a little nappy-headed boy, then my only worry was for Christmas, what would be my toy? So the reason why he's putting Stevie Wonder on here, not for some racist stuff, as Jodisue says, but because these are his lyrics. Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy, then my only worry was for Christmas, what would be my toy? So it's not a weird poem, it's the song lyrics from Stevie Wonder, I Wish. Jodisue, even when we sometimes would not get a thing, we will be happy with the joy the day will bring. So even though sometimes we would not get a thing, we were happy with the joy the day will bring. Sneaking out of the back door to hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine, greeted at the back door with boy, I thought I told you not to go outside. So that does sound like what Don said about summer, so it is relevant, I guess. Many times they had to tell the boys to go and get Summer now because she'd gone off outside and they'd left her there alone. And he would say, why have you left her there alone? And it was her downfall going outside. So maybe those lyrics have been chosen for that reason. You grow up and learn that kind of thing ain't right, but while you were doing it, it sure felt out of sight. I wish those days could come back once more. Why did those days ever have to go? I wish those days could come back once more. Why did those days ever have to go? So Jodisue, that's what it's all about. It's a Stevie Wonder song.
With Don's photo on it at the same age he was doing things to his sisters. And then a poem that includes greeted at the back door going, why were you outside in the poem? I don't know what kind of weird shit Tim's up to or hinting at. And then the next photo post from Tim is one where he's got Dawn and that object in the left-hand corner, but Dawn holding a gun, which harkens back to the DCS case around everything with Dawn and Candus, Summer of the Boys.
Okay. So this picture is Don when he was a kid. And the reason why Tim's put this online is because we are studying pictures of Don Wells when he was young to get a better example of how Summer Wells might look as she gets older. The picture has colour age. Don's and Summer's eyes are actually blue. Okay. Alright. That's why he's got that picture out, because the age progressed image of Summer, is it on this website? Have they got it on here? This age progressed image looks more like Candus, because what they do when they compile these AI generated images is they take pictures of siblings and parents when they were young to try to get the computer to predict what the child, the subject, will look like as they age. But because there's no pictures of Don as a child, and Summer, in my opinion, does look more like Don's side of the family, then maybe next time they do an age progressed image, which I don't think will be for another 2 years. They only do it every 2 years, unless I suppose they could, I don't know, ask for a special dispensation. I don't know. That's why Tim has put Don's picture online, not because it's the age when he was doing things to his stepsisters. And the one with the gun, the EU's internet cleanup begins, does it? The UK is not in the EU anymore, so I miss all of this stuff. So I don't attend to what the European Union are doing anymore. The European Union leads the way to start the cleaning, etc. of social media abusers, attacks of YouTubians on groups such as Amber Alert families. Oh, that term drives me insane. It's gaining more from the global spotlight of regulation. Free speech is not equal to free abuse. Oh, well, if you want to stop your freedoms of speech, then definitely go to the EU. Hold on a minute. This picture of Don with the gun, Dukes of Hazzard, Don Wells on the left, Summer Wells' dad, the resemblance is very apparent. It is. She does look more like Don's side of the family. The fact he's holding a gun, I don't know. I don't know whether that was on Tim Mullen's mind, whether that's there for a reason other than getting pictures of Don when he was young online. Maybe they don't have many pictures of Don when he was young. I don't know.
Don's infatuation with the guns where Bobo interview, others are concerned as well. Then you've got obviously 5-6-year-old kid there, and then I don't know. It feels like Tim's a little angry about something. Like he might be a little displeased. I don't know.
I don't know either. If Tim's displeased, if Don's displeased, if there's a little spat going on, I don't know. I can only say what's been put on this group by Tim, and it doesn't look to me like it's for the reasons Jodisue is saying. I don't know though.
Tim's probably trolling us all, but Don gleefully to get distracted from something, taking the heat for a bit, or they're pushing eyes over for money purposes as they hopefully pull shell games in the background and other things to...
I don't get what she's on about. I don't get what she's on about here.
You know, separate people from money or whatever, and another billboard thing after saying Jenny and Adrian were related and running that, and that went away, and then BK and TM took that over, and now them and Cher are running the Dawn show, and Tim's been a little left out, and Vern's included. We don't know what's happening, but guarantee it's some type of fuckery.
I don't know what's happening. I agree with the Jodisue. I don't know what's happening, but I don't know whether it's as you say it is, or whether you just, I don't know, you're letting your mind run away with you a little bit. I don't know.
All the creators overnight have totally been like, no, we never said Summer was anything, and now all of a sudden we don't believe she's ever been anything, and sold her.
Don't believe she's ever been anything. What?
That is anything, and we've all changed our opinion overnight suddenly, and then Michelle's coming out hot with a piece, giving Dawn advice on how to ignore the sisters, pretty much calling them liars and wave at least one of them.
No. The purpose of my video yesterday, if you went to see it, go and watch it if you didn't see it, the purpose was to tell Don to ignore the sisters online, because once he starts ranting about the sisters, it distracts from Summer. I didn't call them liars. I call them victims. One thing I did say, though, Mary gave 2 different versions of events in relation to her alleged assault. She gave 2 versions. Now, if a case is going to court, a defence attorney will rip that person to shreds if they have 2 versions of the same story. So I don't know what's the truth in Mary's story, because we've got 2 versions. Jeannie's story has been consistent. Jeannie's assaults, allegedly, went on for years. So her case is the more serious legally, because it's multiple assaults, starting when she was 5 years old, allegedly, and ending when she was 12. When Don would have been an adult, he would have been around 19 years old. So that's why, legally speaking, Jeannie's case is more serious than Mary's case. Jeannie has the better case. If this ever went to court, I don't think it ever will. That's just my opinion. I think it would have happened already if there was any possibility that Jeannie would be able to take Don to court. That's what I was saying. Not calling them liars. Yeah, I was giving Don advice to just calm down. I'm a hothead. He's a hothead. You need to walk away, be the bigger man. Because it's when you start ranting like that, it distracts from Summer's case. That was the point of the video. Dear God.
And implying that, as her psychologist tells Chanel, which is a lie, but she's trying to imply that past doesn't predict future and that it somehow is separate and it's done. I
didn't say that at all. We don't know if Don was essaying Summer. It's nothing to do with me being a psychologist. We don't know. We don't have the evidence. Legally speaking, there is no evidence. Make of that what you will. There's no evidence of anything, hardly, apart from some scent alerts. That's it. You've got to incorporate the scent alerts into your theory, because they're real, they exist. Everything else is theory and speculation. So we don't know if past behaviour predicted future behaviour in this case. We could only speculate that it might. Anyway, do you want to see these text messages that Jodisue put on her community wall? Here they are. This one's interesting. From June 16th, 2021 at 9:58 p.m. I don't know who she's talking to. So, by the way, someone ran from the roadblock in our road about 4 a.m. after giving his name, lol. Last night. What do you mean after giving his name? That's weird. Maybe he had a warrant. So, presumably, there was a warrant out for his arrest, therefore he had to run. Hard to tell. We still don't talk to none of them. I didn't think he lived down there anymore, though. He was coming in for Fred stroke dope. No license, bad tag, but they weren't looking at or caring about shit like that. So if he just chilled out, he'd be fine and let in and out without issue, lol. They were only looking in cars for summer, that's it. He stopped, gave his name, but then took off when the cop stepped back, lol. Prob had a warrant, damn dummy. Don't know who she's talking about there. These are from July 16th. So a month after Summer went missing. But what connection would she have to Fred to think it would be safe to go there? And then, is this talking about Summer? And took her out of here for Donnie and Candus. Caught or in trouble. Shipped her off. And obviously were where he ran to after the weird shit over the last year. Probably because she remembers where Fred's house is, because she visits with Donnie so much. So is this talking about Summer? And because Fred is probably nice to her and one of the only decent human beings she knows. And the person she's speaking to says maybe. So is she talking about Summer being shipped off? I don't know. There's another one though. Here. Maybe, but doubtful. Thing is, Fred's only after Donnie would visit Fred. You think maybe Donnie has her alive somewhere and is now planting shit. There's also the path they use between here and somewhere to move dope. Donnie would know it because of him hanging it out at Fred's for eons. Maybe. So that was July 16th, so a month after she went missing. And then that's the day after she went missing. And then there's some with no date on. So I don't know when these are from. Know what Fred said to me yesterday. Mind you, I couldn't tell if it was real Fred, dope Fred, or schizophrenic Fred, no lie. But he said there is a guy and a girl in here stashed in the woods. Cooks, or presumably cooking meth. Says some of the others bring foods and goods to them and help move the cook locations in the back of the hollow. Says they had a little girl too, then vanished. And he made it seem like they didn't report it, because it was in here and they were cooking, obviously. Fred speak is strange. That would make sense on Candus saying about the young'un down the road. She posting these to generate speculation, because she's certainly doing that in my mind. I heard shit go down 2 nights ago, it was raining. Then Don and Candus call Andy yesterday saying he chased a white thing out of here that he caught shooting at the house. So a white thing. I laughed because I knew better. I was outside in the rain and I heard the BS go down, watched the paper guy go in and out. Not one gunshot. So I used to be the newspaper carrier on the route Summer lives on. I recently changed routes and a new carrier took over. Anyways, approximately 3:30 this morning, so we don't know when this is not dated anywhere. Donald Wells chased them out of the hollow and up Simpson Loop while they were delivering in there, hazard lights on, claiming they were stalking him and his property. They never did that to us, and we own a 2000 maroon Toyota, so maybe it was one of the newspaper carriers. That was the 1998 to 2000 red or maroon Toyota Tacoma. Presumably, though, they would have come forward, wouldn't they, and say, we were there, so maybe that one has been ruled out. He definitely got a guilty conscience, just saying. Why else would he be up? Don't know, maybe he couldn't sleep because his daughter's missing. Maybe he's innocent and just can't sleep as he claims. I just don't believe it. I did hear him and Fred up to shit though. And a horse being brought in, then a horse was picked up. Alright, we don't know when this is from. She's just trying to drum up controversy. Where's this one from? So again, with no date on this. There's at least 2 to 3 coming to communicate after 2 a.m. and someone is something or similar for some purpose as the others communicate. I think they are walking in from the cemetery side maybe, and I'm pretty sure they've all set off Fred even more, like I told them they were starting to do days ago. And he's gone full tilt, and he's now even semi-warning Andy and I in his own way, despite me hoping me vouching for him and him likely hearing every word while listening in the woods would keep troubles down. Vouching for him with who? So I'm trying to steer clear of conversations at bottoms of driveways currently. But the something with the same being used for some sort of purpose and communication is happening before and after near Simpson. So this is July 20th, 2021. So I don't know if that previous one was the same day as this. But Don is stupid. There is no need to make up gunshots. Hell, there was a Harley in here causing trouble last night. Loud as fuck. Couldn't miss it. Where was Donny then? Know who was in the road before they could get all the way in or back out? Me. And the dog's going off because someone was in here before you and kids came home. So presumably she's talking to Andy, I don't know. Who took that on? Me. The only time Donny seems to be outside or willing to come off that hill is right after or before Fred, which is coincidence with the paper guy 2 nights ago, because he said Fred have changed something frames from around, time frames from around something to 3 a.m. But why she posted them now? What's she up to? No date on this. I am pissed. Even got every search crew and neighbour coming and going yesterday, but not one file exists in Tuesday 6 days prior. One file? I don't know. Make that make sense. Hell, all someone had to do was ask if they wanted to see / copy it. Copy what? Did you tell county, FBI or TBI? But last night I heard what I think was Don hustling ass from my driveway to his again, right after Fred came in at 3 a.m. and startled him, told a Hawkins County detective. Maybe time to turn in my people reader card. I also left my own breadcrumbs, and Candus is quoting my breadcrumbs verbatim in the last interview yesterday. So this is June 30th. So the interview would have been with WJHL, because that interview was June 28th. So Jodisue left breadcrumbs, and Candus has picked those up and is quoting those breadcrumbs. This new church face mask thing and apple pie nonsense is bothering me greatly, along with the part where Donny slipped and said, you're afraid of prison.
If there's any way, if you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow, I don't know how you might do that. I mean, because you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her and, you know, and us and her brothers.
The past tense doesn't bother me. They've been doing it since an hour or 2 after she vanished. But that, your, bothers me. I also think maybe Fred isn't just paranoid. Maybe Donny is trying to set him up. Stuff is getting so weird, I can't make head nor tails of it myself. Plus him showing up or being wherever we are is getting odd. And just chilling at our mailbox at times he knows you leave for work. Running for dogs he doesn't own and smirking. She's talking about Fred here, I think. Running to get drink and be back. Okay, let me get out of here. I have a strange gut feeling that all of this has set his crazy into full tilt mode, and we are all in danger. They should have let only the locals deal with Fred. They knew how to ask shit without pinpointing others or giving him info and people and kicking in his crazy. And that shit I heard last night, I'm telling you. Okay, on way to store and then there. So, June 26th. So again, this is June 26th. Well, just got back to your parents then. And yeah, but Fred came in and now he's in the woods. And Reaper is losing his shit. Reaper's a dog. On way, love you. Just do not get what the fuck is up with Fred, but this is getting weirder by the day, and he's paranoid as fuck and super extra right now. Plus him showing up or being wherever we are is getting odd, and just chilling at our mailbox at times he knows you leave for work, looking for dogs he doesn't own and smirking. So this is from July 8th, 2020. And you dropping off dope in a green SUV. The guy they just fired from somewhere yesterday works at a liquor store besides. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Been seeing Fred out at the stores, but we don't ever try and talk either. Damn sure did not knock, like he proclaimed when caught. I say they have been coming up here since 2 AM, if Andy could pull it, but found all my dresses, curios, etc., all full of DVDs, jewellery, etc., out on the porch, where I've been redoing the house. I don't have the heart yet to go and see what they've taken, but I'm positive that's what went down when they came for a tour and found stuff out there and kept creeping back and forth till 7 when caught by. I heard they were on that meth, but also heard they were doing heroin. I don't know, nor care really. But I would definitely check if you've got shit missing. Hell, they rob off their own families. So, you know, they would rob off you. So presumably, she's talking about Fred and Don, I don't know. Fred and Don are good friends, I guess. So this is the last one. This is from December 10th, 2019. He wrecked the car at 2 AM, was up here sneaking around. Rue opened the door and caught him. Andy lost his shit when he heard a man's voice near our kid, where no grown man should be. He has frostbite, looks like. Fred and him and others tweaking. Wrecked on ice. I put a post up on FB. Didn't mention names. Even Andy couldn't get the car out. Finally, something, he wasn't wasting tyres on them. No one else with a tractor could get it out either. So, presumably talking about Don and Fred being wrecked and wrecking a car. I don't know. Alright, guys. I don't know what any of that means. Interesting, but... let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.